On this episode of Hey Hey Linda Purrs, Linda interviews poet-songwriter Jeff Horn. Enjoy.
Well, welcome. We are at the Troubadour Theater in Nashville, and I can't think of a more better place to be. I can just feel the history here. This is, if you know about Ernest Tubbs, the Texas Troubadour, and so this is his theater, and in the center of the stage out here is a piece of the stage from the Ernest Tubb record shop across from Tootsie's. And people like Elvis stood on it, and Hank Williams Sr. and Loretta Lynn and Patsy Cline. Many greats stood on that, and they carry on that tradition here. Every Saturday night at 9:30, they have an interview, and then 10 to 11, they have the Midnight Jamboree here. And it's free, and parking is free. This is a great place to come if you want to hear some traditional music and have a good time, especially on free shows. You can't beat it. They have a lot of other programs here too. So today I'm with a Nashville resident, Jeff Horn, and I'm so happy to have him here today. He not only is he a style and finger picker guitar player, he is also a published author of 4 poetry books. So, and he is a singer and songwriter. So he is the whole deal here. And I just want you to get to know him like I have. And I remember, Jeff, we met at a spoken word, a poetry reading place.
Yes, ma'am.
And when I first met you, I had no idea you played guitar and everything too, but I found that out.
Yep.
And you don't just do one style of guitar. What kind of music do you
I
play?
do a little bit of folk, a little bit of blues, a little bit of rock and roll, a little bit of country.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a mixture. A lot of 1-3-4, a little 1-4-5. You know.
Well, I think that's great. Because some people, they get locked into just one kind. Maybe they know a few other songs,
Yeah.
but I think that's so neat. You're so versatile, and I'm looking forward to hearing some of your blues songs.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'll have you back sometime too, and we'll let you just do whatever you want.
Sure.
But I'm really glad I came across you at that spoken word event on poetry, because I was really impressed with your poetry. And I even wanted you to come to the show just to read a poem. And then I think I was talking about the saxophone guy was going to be playing some blues music. And you said, well, I can play some blues.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
I know. And I really like your style of playing with the finger picking there. Is you really, really...
I appreciate that.
Really a good player. And now you're not, you weren't born and raised here in Nashville.
No, ma'am.
But you migrated down, because of the music?
Well, I wanted to do something with the music here. I've been everywhere. I've been in Austin, did a little music there, played a few stages, in Florida. And then I went back to New York, and then I wasn't sure I was going to stop in here. I was kind of going back to Austin, but then I kind of fell in love with the culture and the people here and the vibe. So
I know Austin. I mean, the South by Southwest stuff going on and big music scene there.
Oh yeah.
But I've been to Austin, but I haven't lived there. But what I do know about Nashville is songwriters and musicians. People are pretty open here.
Sure.
You can really get to know some people and network and get some lifelong friends here. I don't know if that's the same type of vibe in Austin or not.
Well, there was kind of a better vibe in Austin, and it just kind of dwindled because there was just different kind of socioeconomic things going on. But it's still a cool vibe. Still a lot of people go in there. I think some of that might come back, but it's just a little bit. I think maybe a little bit more pure here. It's kind of going the way of Austin, but I think we might fight it for a little while longer.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. A couple 2 years ago, not this year, but the year before, the CMA Awards were in Austin.
Right.
And it was a great show. It was one of the best shows I thought that was going on. They really had a lot. There's a lot of talent there.
Sure.
But Nashville and a lot of people don't realize here in Nashville, it's not just country. There's rap, there's punk, there's rhythm and blues. There's a lot going on here in Nashville. It's not just country music, and I love going down to Lower Broad whenever I can. And so, what were your influences? Like, how did you get into the music world and when you were younger?
I went to art school, so I was more of a graphic artist until I was 18, and then my portfolio got stolen, so I was kind of looking for something. I was always a poet, so I was looking for more of something to express myself, and I picked up a guitar.
Wow.
I didn't think I would start writing like the music that I write, but I got into like Johnny Cash and Jimi Hendrix, and then I got into older stuff like Farron Young and Hank Williams, and I got into deeper stuff like that, and just started putting together songs with G, C, and D, and E, A, and B, and stuff like that, and it just kind of sounded like what it sounds like.
Yeah, that is great. So your influence was more when out of high school,
right?
Yeah, and then you just really kind of called to you.
Right. I've always listened to music. I always loved music, but I wasn't a musician, or I wouldn't even call myself a musician. I call myself an artist that plays music or writes music. But until that point, I kind of needed more of an outlet, so I just started writing, and here we are.
I know, it's great. So, what stage are you at with your music? Are you still writing songs right now, or is that a constant thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Now, how does that work in? Now, you have 4 published poetry books.
Well, 3 of them are chapbooks, so they're short, and then there's 1 full-length book.
Okay.
Claire Songbirds Publishing, or I'm sorry, ClaireSongbirdsPub.com, CLARE songbirdsPub.com.
Okay.
They're out of print, so they're cheap, but they're all it's still available there.
Yeah. Now they get them from that publishing company?
Right. There's also there's Walmart.com and a whole bunch of different.
Are you on Amazon at all?
They're on Amazon.
Amazon, okay.
Jeffrey-Paul Horn.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to end up getting one or more, but I was so excited to have a place where they do poetry reading. I thought that was a thing of the past.
It's starting to come back. It's starting to revive itself.
I know it is.
Culture, yeah.
It is, and I was really happy to find that out. I found it out by accident, stumbling in there, about 6 months ago.
Right.
Just and then I go, "What's going on here?" And I'm just glad because there's something about writing. There's something about connecting, and today, with all our abbreviations, when we write texts and the phone, cell phone, and everything. We get away from complete sentences or complete thoughts.
Right.
And writing and reading is the key to everything because you can't express yourself without it. Sure. So you have 2 outlets. You have your music and your poetry.
Well, a little bit of my graphic art still, but I don't do it too much. I haven't done it in a little bit. But I used to do little bar stuff and stuff for people's zines and stuff like that, but I haven't done it a little bit. But every once in a while, I still.
Are you kind of like a freelance artist?
I was for a while, and I haven't had any work in a couple of years. But I still draw sometimes.
Yeah.
I might kick that into gear and put out another poetry book or a chapbook or something.
Yeah, and do your own artwork with it or something. Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're kind of like those triple threats. You're an artist, a musician, a singer. I guess we'll say 4, a songwriter. And I mean that's wonderful to have that talent and an outlet and to be. I think it gets nurtured here in Nashville.
Sure.
And you can just go see music, be the music, and. So what is your so when you were growing up, where did you live?
Upstate New York.
Upstate,
and near Syracuse.
Yeah, Syracuse. Yeah, and
small towns, New York.
Yeah, I have a fondness for Syracuse. I used to help put on AMA motorcycle
That's right, yeah.
race at the fairgrounds, and it was always the Sunday after the fair, so I got to all the fair thing. We even had a little booth or something. Yeah, it was a great. New York State Fair was just unbelievable, and the fall there, the little outlying towns around Syracuse, and even downtown Syracuse is very appealing to me. It was a very nice spot. I have fond memories of being there. For about 8 years, I went every year, and always looked forward to it.
Yeah.
But so do you get back there sometimes, or?
I haven't been back in a couple years, I guess. But
Yeah.
but I'll get back sometime.
Yeah, it's I know I lived on the East Coast, and all my family was in California for about 8 years, and I just saw them every couple years.
Yeah.
Because that's just what happened when you move away.
Sure.
So I'm just really impressed with your music. Now, did you bring your guitar?
I did.
Okay,
it's in the car.
Good. So we're going to have a song or two by you
Okay.
in just a minute. And we also put the other songs that we did of yours out
Awesome.
on a little segment. And I just love collecting those little tidbits, because I think doing the interview and then actually seeing you play the song, it just, ties the whole thing together.
Sure.
So we're going to do that in just a minute here.
All right.
And I'm just glad you joined me here today. I want to introduce you to the world. And if you want somebody to come play for you, like I said, you do blues, he does country, you do rhythm and blues.
A little folk.
Folk songs. So if you want somebody to come play for you, we'll put up his contact information, and you can get hold of him. He's a neat guy. I really enjoy being around him, and thank you for being with me today.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll see you in a few minutes.
Absolutely. All right, this one is. Came down Georgia, it was just the other day. Went down your street just to see what you would say. Just sat there laughing, just giving my heart away. Told me to come back, try my luck another day. Wow, why did I ever leave you, honey? Just to feel so goddamn blue. Looking back, why did I ever need you? Was it just to feel the way I always do? Now I'm back in town and this sure has got you down. Well, you can't forget what on me hanging around. To forget a memory, I'd give anything. Drunk and lonely again, I might as well sing. Wow, why did I ever leave you, honey? Just to feel so goddamn blue. But looking back, why did I ever need you? Was it just to feel the way I always do? Always the way I always do. Why'd I go falling in love with you? Glass of champagne for these feelings I feel. Here's a toast to the hopes that they heal. That was Folk Song that Lost Love. Sorry about that. This one is My Baby Lovin'. My baby loving made me high. My baby loving could make a grown man cry. You know my baby make me feel so fine. My baby love is sweet like some strawberry wine. Went to see her on that train. Well, just my baby, it took away my pain. You know my baby, make me feel so fine. My baby love is strong like some good moonshine. Love my baby, how she move and moan. I swear won't ever leave my baby alone. You know that. You know my baby, make me feel so fine. My baby love me just like some Colt 45. My baby love me. My baby loving all that keeps me alive. All right. Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
This episode of Hey Hey Linda Purrs is sponsored by. Come on down to Grandpa's Music at 1033 Park Street in Westmoreland. Live bluegrass, country, and gospel music every Saturday night. Shows start at 6 p.m. and admission is $8. First Fridays we feature karaoke and Grandpa's Music Jam Session 10 to 2 p.m. on the second and fourth Tuesday. New and seasoned musicians are always welcome for music lessons, so bring the whole family. Grandpa's Music at 1033 Park Street in Westmoreland.